Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back. I'm still on sabbatical for a couple more days in Tennessee here, but I saw this on timcast.com. Let's read on. Kentucky Democrat Senate candidate wears noose in new campaign ad criticizing Senator Rand Paul. And here's this mental pygmy here. Kentucky Democratic Senate candidate nominee Charles Booker has released a new campaign ad in which he's wearing a noose to criticize Senator Rand Paul. These people are out of their minds. You gotta be kidding me. Rand Paul is no regular Republican. He's not an old neocon. He's not a warmonger. He's not a racist. Senator Paul had opposed a 2020 bill making lynching a federal hate crime out of concern that the broad wording would be abused to give harsh penalties for minor infractions, and justifiably so. This bill would cheapen the meaning of lynching by defining it so broadly as to include a minor bruise or abrasion. Senator Paul said the bill at the time. Our natural history of racial terrorism demands more seriousness of us than that. That's an amazing statement. He's on your side, you morons. You idiots. Make me holler. I'm supposed to be recharging my batteries while I'm on sabbatical, but I can't help it. These morons just piss me off. The ad titled Pain of Our Past begins with an image of a noose swinging from a tree. The pain of our past persists to this day. No, it only persists because you keep talking about it. Morgan Freeman, not too many years ago, asked Don Lemon on CNN, how do we get rid of racism in the United States? Morgan Freeman simply said, stop talking about it. And Don agreed. Of course, that was before CNN went crazy over Trump. Stop talking about it because you need this issue. It's the only issue that holds many, many millions of black Americans in the Democrat Party. It's a scam and a lie, and slowly it's unraveling. But that's all they have. Booker says it cuts to an image of a prop gallows used during the January 6th protest at the U.S. Capitol. Yeah, that prop gallows was for black people. You freaking idiot. Booker continues, in Kentucky, like many states throughout the South, lynching was a tool of terror. It was used to kill hopes for freedom. You moron, Kentucky was a border state. Half the, like Tennessee, where I'm at right now, half the state wanted to stay with the Union, was anti-slavery, and the other half wanted to split off. It was used to kill my ancestors. Okay. Many generations ago, had zero effect on you. Booker says as the video cuts him speaking with a noose around his neck. Now, in an historic victory for our Commonwealth, I have become the first black Kentuckian to receive the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. So who cares about you? Nobody gives a damn about your color. These people are the real racists. The real racists. Nobody cares if you're black. Nobody cares. My opponent, the very person who compared expanded health care to slavery, he was talking about the financial burden of it and making you do things by government decree. He's not a GOP. He's not an old neocon. The person who said he would have opposed the Civil Rights Act. It's flawed legislation, even though they had good intentions. The person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law. The choice couldn't be clearer. You know, that one I agree. The choice couldn't be clear. Mr. Booker, you are a idiot. Unbelievable. Senator Paul has supported and is co-sponsoring the latest iteration of the bill after working through the Democrat Senator Cory Booker and Republican Senator Tim Scott to strengthen the language. Senator Booker has praised the Kentucky senator for his work on the legislation, which is entitled Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. The effort to pass anti-lynching legislation has spanned more than a century. After 200 failed attempts, including your buddy FDR, I might add, Congress is now finally prepared to reckon with America's history of racialized violence. Yeah, there is anti-lynching bills today. It's in every state in the union and federal law. It's called murder. That's an anti-lynching law. How many lynchings has there been in the last 20 years? I don't think there's been any. Congress is now finally prepared to reckon with America's history of racialized violence. Prepared to reckon with what? It's ancient history. It's water under the bridge. You want to stop racism? Stop talking about it. Said Senator Booker in a press release in March, I am proud to announce Senator Paul and Warnock, that piece of garbage, as co-sponsors of the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. I'm not familiar with Emmett Till, so I can't comment. Their support underscores the bipartisan backing that we have to finally meet this moment and help our nation move forward with some of our darkest chapters. We're trying to move forward, you moron, but you keep bringing up the past. It's like, say you're a husband or a wife, and earlier in your marriage you did something really, really bad, and the other one forgave you. And as years went by, all this person did at every single moment they could, bring that up in your face. After you said you were sorry, proved you were still loyal to them, and moved on with your life. And every single time, your significant other would bring that up at every time he or she could. How could you stand that? It's the same thing. Unbelievable. To help our nation move forward, they don't want to move forward from the dark days of the empire. When contacted by Tim Cass for comment about the ad, Senator Paul's deputy campaign manager, Jake Cox, referred to Booker's commentary as a desperate misrepresentation of the facts. He thinks he's going to pick up votes with this. Dr. Paul worked diligently with Senators Booker and Scott to strengthen the language. Yeah, they watered it down so they could use it to go after their political enemies. You're at a protest, you get in a scuffle with somebody, a little pushing match, somebody gets a bruise, you can come up on federal lynching laws. That's what this is about. Let's take a look here at this mental pygmy.
The pain of our past persists to this day. In Kentucky, like many states throughout the South, lynching was a tool of terror. It was used to kill hopes for freedom. It was used to kill my ancestors. Now, in a historic victory for our Commonwealth, I have become the first Black Kentuckian to receive the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. My opponent, the very person who compared expanded health care to slavery. The person who said he would have opposed the Civil Rights Act. The person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law. The choice couldn't be clearer. Do we move forward together, or do we let politicians like Rand Paul forever hold us back and drive us apart? In November, we will choose healing. We will choose Kentucky.
And there you have it. This man's an idiot. I don't think he even believes the bullshit, frankly. I'm pretty mad, actually. This is ridiculous. It's laughable, too. It makes you mad and makes you laugh both, and very few things can actually do that. That commercial was just so effed up, I can't even tell you. They have to live in the past because America has moved on, and it's moved on from them. The Democrat Party, the American people have moved on from their bullshit. That's as plain as I'm going to put it, and I don't care if this video gets killed in the algorithm. They're killing me anyway with their shadow banning, so I might as well speak freely. This is one of the reasons why I was a Democrat elected official in upstate New York early 2000s, and I'm not anymore. This is one of 1,000 reasons. And just this one reason is good enough. They're losing their grip. They could only fool so many millions for so long. And they've used the internet to pound their message home. But it's a double-edged sword. The internet also lets the truth slowly stream out. It's amazing to me. I hope Rand Paul, who I sometimes disagree with, I got to admit, he's not the greatest public speaker. But of all the senators, I think he gives a damn more than almost any of them, frankly. And he was right. They watered down the lynching law. For bruises and abrasions, you can go for a federal judge for lynching. That's what they want to do. They want to use the court system to go after their political enemies. And they're doing it now. And they're getting very successful at it. So good for Rand Paul. Cory Booker, I can't say the language. We would make this a plus 18 video at minimum. I think the guy's a waste of oxygen, but I won't give him credit. He's working with Rand Paul and Senator Scott, who I sometimes disagree with as well, to condemn what happened in the past. Okay, my great-grandfather did X. Okay, that made him an a-hole. That really sucked. Okay, time to move on, but they won't. They'll want something else, and then they'll want something else, and then they'll want something else. And then this November, when they're thrown out by the hundreds in Congress and at the state legislative levels, they are going to freak out. Their heads are going to explode. Just make sure you're not near anyone that's a progressive after November's election, because if their heads explode, you don't want to get anything on you. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.